sorry. This.
Hello, Joe.
Hi, Carolyn.
Nice, really nice to see you.
Nice to see you
And
too.
I hope that yes, we're that sort of 11 hours. You're going to work in a minute, aren't you?
Yeah, I got to get
So
to
it's
my part-time job in town, but at
yeah,
least it's warm.
we, it's warm, is it?
Yeah, yeah. It's only going to be a nice 24 or 25 today. It's not
Oh no,
stupid
too
hot
hot
or
for me.
anything.
Yeah,
Too hot.
that's too hot for me. I'll pass on that one. Anyway, so tell me a bit more. Karma Animals Australia. What's
Farm
it all
animals.
about?
It's all about ouch, what I do. My name, as you said, my name's Joanne Watson. I'm a pillar practitioner. Um, and the Pets Behaving Badly girl. And so what that means is I help people whose pets behave badly. And part of that, as part of that, I help with pet bereavement as well. So any animals that are getting older, I mean, they all start getting older. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I help in that transition or in that time when pets are starting to slow down or increasing in pain or whatever it is that's happening. Um, and by behaving badly, I don't always mean that they're being naughty, but it's because what is a pet behaving badly for you might be perfectly acceptable for me.
Yeah.
So like I live on 40 acres. So if I've got a bit of a barky dog, my nearest neighbour's 2 kilometres away. So,
They're
it,
not going to hear it.
and if they do, it's a farming community.
Yeah.
So it could be that it won't be any more annoying for them as it is for the farmer on the opposite side of me who's rounding up his cows with the dogs and stuff.
Mm, mm.
It's quite acceptable here. But if you're in an apartment or if you're in the city or even in town, you do not want a dog barking all night or
No.
during the day. So
Yeah.
it's, I was going to say horses for courses, but it's, and it's different rules for different situations for them. So it costs $375, my service. And the people who buy it for the pet bereavement have aging pets that they're really going to miss. So that's it for who I help and what I actually do. But I'm happy to expand on any of that because I'm a bit like Misty and can talk a lot.
Bless Misty.
She's great, isn't she? She's so good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've never known anybody giggle so much.
She's
Yeah.
yes, she's certainly a
Yeah.
happy chappy, so that's great.
Yes, she certainly is. She certainly is. And so your service, how do you find the people that need your service? How do they
Usually
find
they're
you?
referred by friends, people who feel that this person might need some help with their animal. Often I'm the last point of call because they've tried
Yeah.
just about everything else. It can weird some people out sometimes because
Mm,
I can do this over the internet, so it doesn't have to be face to face. Um, but most people just roll with it and it's, they don't have an issue with it at all. Yeah. So it's more working on how animals are really good at picking up things from us and knowing
yes.
that we're stressed when we're trying to prevent,
Better than humans sometimes.
much better.
Yeah.
Um, that's the kind of level I work on because that level of picking up on other people's vibes and stuff. Um, and what I was just going to say is just gone out of my head. But yes, it doesn't have to be face to face. I do like a photo of the animal that we're talking about, just because I'm a sticky beak and like to see what the dog looks like. Or
Yes, and I suppose it gives more of a picture as to what you're talking about, what the animal, it could be a tiny little dog or a cat or something, or it could be a huge, enormous, you
yeah,
know, and it just if you can picture it in your mind's eye, it sort of makes it a lot easier, I think, probably to talk about.
yeah. I just think I like looking at pictures of dogs and horses and cats
Well,
and
who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
that's
I
good.
mean, Yeah, sometimes far nicer than actually speaking to humans. But
Yes, so
yeah,
anybody who's got an issue with an animal, sometimes it's just because people often want to talk to me about puppies chewing and stuff, and it's often those ones it's just the puppy phase, and you really
mm,
um, need to wait until they get older a bit, like particularly over 12 months, but towards the 18 months and maybe even a bit older before you can actually say it's bad behavior or but having said that, if it's a rescue puppy, then there might be
you don't know what's come before.
yeah, yeah. So
Mm,
it's really this modality is really good with rehoming animals, whether it's because of a traumatic event or if it's just because they need to be moved on from their first home or their second home. And it's really, really good at helping animals settle into their new environment.
yeah.
But I really love how it helps the whole family with the bereavement process.
Mm,
It doesn't really matter whether you do it the before the it happens or during or after. It's better for everybody if it happens before because that just makes the whole process more gentle and easier on everyone.
yeah.
Yeah, and it can help um, with that pain thing because some of the pain
Mm,
is because and animals are tense and the emotion that's around it. So if we can loosen or lessen the stress and the tension, then that can make the whole process just
mm.
that much easier. Yeah.
Yes, because they're part of the family, aren't they? They're
Oh, definitely.
four-legged family, and
Yeah. Sometimes they're
makes a
more important
makes
to people than people are. So,
yes. I mean, I hear of people. I'm sure you do over there, but people here say they have far more grief for an animal than they do for a human member of their family. So
because there's
it's
there's not always that hidden agenda with animals. They're just, what you see is what you get. There's not that hidden agenda. And so you're
no,
not always trying to second guess what they're thinking. Um, and some people can be really, the way that they interact with you can be really upsetting. So it can,
mm,
and we tend to remember that. So we can be conditioned to not be able to fully grieve with them. And I think we're
yeah.
allowed to grieve for our animals a bit more than
Oh gosh, yes.
than, than some, yeah, like
Yeah, I think nobody I think that's an animal lover wouldn't not, would they?
no,
Um,
exactly.
Grieve for an animal, whether it be theirs or somebody else's that they
Yeah,
perhaps knew the animal. It affects people in extremely different ways, doesn't it?
it does. It does. Yeah, you're so right on that one.
Yeah, yeah. I think yes, animals I think bring out either the best in people or the worst in people.
Oh, forgot
And
about
I
that other
think
side. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some really bad things happen too, haven't I? Yeah, no, but we'll just go back to
yeah,
the best in people. Yeah.
the best. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's got to be the best. Yes, and it's interesting too when an animal is behaving badly, how the humans react, and sometimes their reaction is actually making the situation 10 times worse.
Yes. Yes, that's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
So if you have it's really teaching. So when you have a situation, you're teaching the humans how to behave, not the animal. And when the human's behavior is
mhm.
righted, then the animal thinks, oh, well, that's all right then. They're behaving, so will I.
Yep. Yep. Hit the nail on the head there, Carolyn. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, it is fascinating psychology, isn't it?
it is. It is. Something I could talk on for hours.
Yes. Well,
Is
it is a fascinating subject, and it must be a very rewarding job too to be able to, help people and their animals, be able to,
oh
if
great.
things aren't going quite right,
Yep,
to be able to help the families.
it really is. You get it. No wonder I liked you.
There you go. It's been great learning more about a little bit more of an insight and learning more about what you do, Jo.
So much fun. It's so good. As I said, I
Yeah,
could talk about animals all day.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's been great
Thank you.
chatting with you.
Thank you so much.